Hey, welcome to the 10-Minute Daily Reality Show. Here's my reality today. Somebody stole my camera bag in Playa Vista.
I mean, I think so. I think you lost it.
No, somebody stole it.
I don't think so.
Somebody stole it. Somebody stole it.
You left
Somebody
it
stole
somewhere.
it. Somebody stole it. Somebody stole it. And you know what's funny? This is the reason why. This is not the first time. Do you remember, was there a time that you and I walked around and thought we lost another bag somewhere because we don't carry bags?
I mean,
and we had to go back and look.
Sunglasses, lost a lot of things. You know?
Right, because we're not used to
lost
carrying.
my computer once.
Yes, because you know why? Because we're not used to carrying.
We're not carried. We like to travel lightly. So whenever we carry something, we kind of lose it.
Well, you know why? Because we are not men who have man bags.
Yeah,
which leads us to today's show,
yes,
which is the Mangina Monologue.
Welcome to the Mangina Monologues, presented by David Wygant and John Keegan. Now, David Wygant and John Keegan have more experience than any man alive, or any woman alive, dealing with men's inner monologues of darkness and fear, and we're calling it, entitling it, the Mangina Monologues.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Men often go into they used to go into their man cave. Now they're going into their mangina cave.
Right, which is actually a cave that is absolutely beautifully decorated with Barbra Streisand albums. Right?
It's decorated in fear and shitty lies that they tell themselves and looping thoughts that don't go anywhere and reasons why not to live life and why not to talk to women and why not to connect with women and why they're not good
money,
enough,
right?
why they're not good enough and why they can't do it. And it's basically like a giant book of their excuses of why nots.
It's not even a book of why nots. It's actually right there, like on a wall. It's their vision board of why nots, right? They have a vision board of like all the things why they can't be as successful as somebody else and why they can't meet this girl. And the fucking Mangina monologue of fear for not meeting women is the most pathetic one in the world. And listen. You know I support you.
Right.
You know I put programs out to support you, and so does John.
Right.
You know we do coaching, boot camps, and one-on-one coaching.
Our whole lives
to
are to
support
help you
in
free
that.
yourself from this inner mangina log.
But we're not talking to the guys that are actually doing things about it. We're talking to the men out there that bitch and complain about it, no different than if you've ever seen the show The Monologues. This is the Monologues.
I think the vagina monologues are much more interesting than the mangina.
Far more fun.
Yeah, it actually has some fun things going on.
Well, because you know why? Because most of the guys who have mangina monologues are actually afraid of the vagina.
Yeah, what they're doing is I mean, basically, I don't like to use the word beta male, but you're usually falling into a beta type situation where you're not being a leader of your own life, first and foremost, and you're not leading the women into your life or the women in your life to a great place. You're often leading, repelling women from your life, and they're often, when they do have women in their life, and there's many guys who have relationships that are dysfunctional because you're not leading your own life and you're not leading your woman into a place of paradise, safety, security, intimacy. Instead, it's just sort of a man boy. You know, a man boy is always, his needs are never being met properly. He's never happy with the situation. He's not really fulfilling his part of the contract. He has his woman doing a bunch of stuff to keep him kind of functional and propped up. The Mangina monologues are a guy who's just not self-actualized, a guy who's not really realizing his own potential, and ultimately a guy who sees himself as a victim.
He's also full of excuses.
Just full of excuses.
Plain and simple, he's full of excuses. Yeah. What he'll do is he will actually go and he'll read a book, right? Yeah. And then he'll get really jazzed up by it for a day. And then he'll go out and try one thing, and the one thing will fail.
Yeah.
And then he'll start complaining and go, that didn't work. I'm not going to be like that. I can't be successful like that person. Right. What they do is they rather hide behind their fear and excuses than walk through their fear and excuses. And to me, the definition of a man is walking through your fear, walking through your excuses, and literally falling flat on your face day in and day out until you figure out exactly how to really go about and do something the right way. And that's what a man is. A man doesn't bitch and whine and complain. A man is a conqueror. A man is a warrior. Unfortunately, too many men nowadays would rather be a mangina man. And that's not the type of man that
they're getting away with it. And there's a whole group of women out there that love to have a whole race race of Mangina men, and they can disappear, and actual men can disappear because, and that group of women aren't really being women. They're lost and confused, and they're afraid of actual real men. So there's that whole situation going on, and then there's all these guys, and I meet them. They come coaching. They're afraid to say the wrong thing to anybody. They're afraid to, they're Mr. Political Correct. Everything's this way. They don't want to offend anyone. They're constantly supplicating with women. They're constantly seeking the woman's approval, much to the woman's dismay, because women don't like a man seeking her approval. They like him listening to her actually genuinely and authentically and for real, but seeking approval is disgusting to her. It's repellent. It's like sliding a plate of shit under her nose, That's what they don't want. And that's what a Mangina man is doing.
That was a kind of a nasty fucking...
I know. It was graphic. I'm sorry.
It was graphic.
I know.
Even I was just on that one. I'm like, John, where the hell are you going with that? Shoveling a plate of shit under her nose?
I know. Well, David's usually the one with the terrible joke.
That was a bad joke. That could have been as bad as, for those of you who watched the YouTube video, my Dunkin'
please don't bring this.
I'm not going to bring it back. I'm not bringing it back.
Dunkin' do not. It was Dunkin'. It's so dumb. Please stop it.
But let's.
It's so bad. Dunkin' do not. Why would you even say that?
We're running out of time here on the 10-minute daily reality check. So let me just say one more thing. Okay,
let's do it.
We're not, once again, for those of you that know, for those of you that live in fear, we're not ripping you apart. Okay, we're giving you a little bit of tough love. But the thing of the matter is that you're not making the moves to get past all this.
Yeah.
On my website, it's so funny. There's something called coaching. Coaching is something that you can get on a regular basis. Literally go and apply and get coached. John coaches in New York City. It's like, if you live in New York City, go get coaching with John. It's like the resources are there for you to live the life that you want. The fear is holding you back, and that's the biggest thing. Do not hold back anymore when it comes down to fear. Fear is something you walk through. I mean, look at Tony Robbins with his little fire walk. That was the first type of fear thing. Then there was this really good Jewish guy named Abraham Moskowitz, okay? And he did the mozzarella walk. Do you remember him?
I don't know the mozzarella walk.
Bad joke!
Yeah. All right, but listen, here's the reality is, and this is something I've learned. It takes a long time to become a man. It's not given to you,
No.
Once in a while, I guess there's some hunk when he's 18, but for the most part, it takes a long time for a man to build character, to let go of his limiting beliefs, to find out who he is. And the only way you can actually find out who you are is you got to go through trial and error and rejection. You got to go through a crucifixion and a resurrection. And that's what you have to do. You have to do that to become who you really are.
I got it!
Yeah.
It's the resurrection of the Mangina.
How about the resurrection of the man? And shed your Mangina monologue.
All right. So anyway, if you want to shed your Mangina and you want to become a man and you really are ready, are you fucking ready to be the most powerful version of yourself? Then I strongly suggest, for the first time ever on this podcast, we're going to plug our coaching. Check out John in New York City. Check out
AwakenLifestyle.com.
And literally, shed the Mangina.
Step into your power.
Step into it. Get
and
rid
learn
of
to
it.
meet and connect with people, beautiful people, anywhere and everywhere, and become a free person and enjoy your life.
It's even more than that, John. It's step into your true power and make the money that you wanted to make. Step into your true power and have the friendships you want to make.
Have the business you want to have.
Step into your true power and be the father that you wanted to be.
Create
For those
the lifestyle
of you that have kids, create that lifestyle, because that's what it's all about. No more excuses. Say to yourself, and this is what I want to hear you scream out loud, fuck my excuses. Because these excuses keep fucking you.
You are not a victim.
That's right. Stop.
You are not a victim. You created this mess.
Anyway, radical self-help that doesn't suck. 10-minute daily reality check. Spread this all over the place.
Share
it. Share it.
Love us.
Great.
Share the love. We're trying to give what we have to give. If you enjoyed it all, just share it. And come on back tomorrow for more radical self-help. What did I say? I said radical
self-help that doesn't suck.